Max, first of all, thank you so much for being here. Well, let me share to the public that Makc is my friend. He's from Kyiv, Ukraine, and and he accepted to be here with us today, sharing a little bit of what is happening there. A city that I was just a few months ago having good times with my friends, including Max. So it's really, well, describe, Max, what's going on? What do you see? What can you tell us?
A couple of days ago, we just woke up because of explosions, because of shooting, I was just sleeping, preparing for a new day and this stuff. And then just all of a sudden, one of my friends started to call me. I woke up and I'm like, what? I'm sleeping. Like that was really early, about 6 a.m. So I was sleeping and she's like, that is war. And I'm like, what? And we started to prepare emergency backpacks and this stuff. And yeah, like now that's quiet right now in Kyiv, but diversion groups trying to get in the city. And yesterday some tanks and armored techniques was here, but even just usual people, we have a story from yesterday when guys just, like I live in the left coast of Kyiv, and just next district from mine, just on the right coast, just, on the north, but I live in the left, and in the right, just two dudes with a piece of beaten, with a piece of rod, got armored truck.
Yeah,
that's it.
Did you hear anything? Missiles, bombs, explosions. Could
Yep.
you hear something? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already usual to them.
Max, are you afraid? How do you feel?
I don't know, like every single person here have a really high warrior spirit, like if they will attack hard, I have a doubt because they're losing their powers. That's unofficial information, because they have a huge problems with food, with fuel, and they already missed a lot of people because a lot of Russians have died already. And like if something, all people from houses will just go for street to fight by hand, by with everything. And actually for terror defense, we have special forces, special groups just from civil people. You can join a terror defense. I wanted to join them, but I am underage, so they didn't let me do that. But there are huge lines, to join a terror defense. You have wait a lot because a lot of people want to do that.
Are you allowed to go to the streets? How are you supplying food, for example? Can you go to the supermarkets, or you should stay at home?
Yeah. Only a few supermarkets, but yeah, that's still okay because people are calm. There are no people who are taking everything like in panic. Everything is okay, and yeah, supermarkets work.
I know where you live. I have been to your house. I know it's not in the center of the city, but do you think in the center of the city the situation is worse? Because just a few hours ago, it seems there has been a missile in a building.
Juliane.
Yeah. By the way, I know this building. By the way, I recognize it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that too. But that's missiles. They're trying to make a panic because Russians was planning to take Kyiv for 2-3 days.
Yeah, because as we hear here in the news, no, we have the information that most of citizens are leaving the city, and others are being like going themselves to bunkers, underground in the metro. Is it correct?
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people in metro stations, but like sometimes when huge explosions, people are just going from buildings to to bunkers, like under schools, under buildings, that stuff. Yeah, a lot of people left the city, like just just went to the west of country, but still a lot of people are here.
Yeah. Max, I was in Kyiv with you. We were together in the center in Maidan Plaza celebrating the independence anniversary of 30 years. And by that time, you explained me a lot of things about the tension. I always say in the press, on TV, that it's the first time that I've been in Kyiv, and some people ask me not to speak in Russian. I've never experienced that before. I felt the tension. By that time, when I was with you in the Maidan Square in Kyiv a few months ago, could you even imagine that this could happen? Because this war started in 2014. Could you imagine? Because
Yeah,
it
because
surprises you.
that started on
Surprised.
2014.
I'm surprised. Did you expect that?
A bit, like, not, that's not something like I was waiting for it, like I was ready or something, but I wasn't shocked at all. Like when my friend told me like that's war, me like, oh yeah, okay, already. Like last weeks we was ready. Like we was not waiting for that, but you know, we knew that something like that may happen.
How do
And actually,
Mm.
I live in the like right north part of the city, and like we have a Belarusian border on the north, and Belarus is the ally of Russia, you know, because Lukashenko is just a doll of Putin and this stuff. So they have opened their borders for Russian militaries. So that the reason Russians are going from the north. That the reason all of the stuff is happening on the north.
Yeah.
Like except of some missiles, because you can
By
send
the
missiles from far away.
By the way, when I was once walking in your neighborhood with you a few months ago, you told me that it was built in part like to create a place for people from Chernobyl to set.
Yep.
And by the way, the Russian army is now in Chernobyl as well. What do you think about that? Is there any danger for?
Yeah, right now they're trying to make a fake air fights on Chernobyl because our forces don't shoot on Chernobyl. We're not fighting next to Chernobyl because that's dangerous. Because, you know, a lot of nuclear small parts, and they forced their tanks through Chernobyl. And that's the reason, you know, they just make this nuclear parts fly in the air. And yesterday, the wind was from south to north, so that was going to Belarus. But now the wind is just directly, wind blows from Chernobyl to Kyiv. So I'm eating some, you know, like some food with some yacht, like in like this symbol I, chemical element. You got me, right?
Yeah. I would like to understand from your point of view, what exactly is why Putin claims Ukrainian to belong to Russia? What exactly, where does this come from? Because in the beginning he told that it was only about Lugansk and Donetsk regions, and well, now he's in Kyiv and he's trying to. There are information that they would be trying to kill the president and to get the power and put someone in the office. Because how do you see that view of Putin? And I say Putin, I don't say Russians, because many Russians have been speaking in these days, and many Russians, many Russians, they are totally disagreeing with this, and they are pro-Ukrainian, and they really making protests, and they be repressed for that. By the way, so let's call it Putin.
Yeah, I have spoken to my friends from Russia, and yeah, they're like, "What's happening? That's crazy," and this stuff. They supported me as well, but
why does he
like,
want? What is the reason for that? How can it be justified in your opinion as an Ukrainian? He says that Ukraine belongs to Russian, in fact.
Russian country is doing that for a lot of lots of hundreds of years already to Ukraine, because Russian history have started from Ukraine. Like at first it was Ukraine. That's historical roots, that's, you know, rich lands and all of this stuff, also geopolitics. And also, just I think that Russia just can't watch on Ukrainian developing better. I think that way. And also one more thing, like, yeah, my Russian friends are supporting me, but when I asked them to go for streets for protests and this stuff, they were starting like, oh, like they will repress us and this stuff. A lot of people came, a lot of, but all of them are repressed. But same was in Ukraine in 2014. Like when it was 100 people on streets, like, just police were, fighting to them. When 1,000, they started to shoot. When 10,000, something like Molotovs and this stuff, like a really huge fighting started. But when it was half of million people on the city center, like next to all of the government buildings, just half of million people, like police and special forces can do nothing. People just beat them. That's the difference in our mentality.
Max, today is Saturday, and well, these attacks has been happening for only 3 days, and everything can happen so quick. Tomorrow, maybe there is another something else, and maybe in 2 days. Can you see something? What exactly do you think? Do you think Putin is going to get Ukraine, or do you think that there is a resistance is going to be possible, or do you think there is a possibility of fragmenting the country into two parts, a Russian part and an European part? What is your vision about that?
He's just digging a grave for himself, because now it feels like from this war probably we'll just take Donbass by our forces, because as I said, their forces have a lot of problems with the food, with fuel, and they have a lot of touch. A lot of people already died. Like that's, and I don't know, like difference between our loss and their loss are like 10 times, like more than 10 times, maybe 50 times, just a lot, because we have a spirit. We know that we are on our lands and everything is for us, like God with us. And if they will try to get to Kyiv that hard, the land will fire under their legs. Because we are making Molotovs, we are making everything, we're getting ready for everything.
You were just a few days ago, you were in Paris, and there were some noises about this coming war. Would you have came back if you knew that? What would you have done?
No, when you told me that would be a war and this stuff, that I should to stay in Paris, like I changed my tickets to came to Ukraine as soon as possible. Because still I'm here in Kyiv. I'm not even on the west of country. I want to be here.
Brave, Max, you're brave. You're brave.
I have a knife in my pocket, and if something, I'm ready.
Do you have a gun at home?
What?
Do you have a gun at home?
No, I wanted to buy, but
because we heard in the press that the government is providing the population with guns.
Yeah, that's true, but you have to join a terror defense.
Okay.
And as I said, I can't because I'm a minor.
Max, I want to ask you a delicate question, because the whole West, the Western countries are supporting Ukraine, and especially the US and Europe, but they're saying we will support, but we'll give some sanctions, and it seems to be like makeup. It seems so soft. Why? What do you think? Why are they not sending like arms or guns or soldiers? Because
like only our neighbors.
It doesn't make any sense to just make some sanctions. It's very soft. It doesn't stop the war. It doesn't stop the bombs. It doesn't stop the shootings. So what do you think about it?
Like for a lot of years already, our Western partners saying like, "Oh, we are worried. Oh, we are worried." Like saying like NATO always says like that, and only our neighbors right now sending like Poland have sent a lot of weapons to us. like Czech Republic said that they're ready to use some forces if Kyiv will ask them to do that, because they can feel it. They can feel it when Europe is just, they're thinking more about themselves. Because even Italy, like 1 day ago, they was against of like blocking Russia from SWIFT payment system and this stuff. And they think that that is not their problem or something. But like Ukrainians now, we understand that we can't count on Europe. Like, we're thankful for all of the weapon that they gave to us. We're thankful even for these sanctions, because that's something. That's not nothing. They're working. But right now, like in Russia, the sanctions is the lowest thing that they are afraid of. But we can't count on Europe. That's my opinion.
And are you your army, I mean, prepared for defending from Russia? Because Russian army is very, very much bigger than Ukrainian army.
But now we have a lot of information, like in our army, even if you're just, a lowest rank soldier, you have a lot of supplies, you have a lot of clothes and this stuff. When Russian army is like, I don't know, their people are dismoraled, they have a low moral. Some people are just dropped from the, like they had a lot of like teaching, like military teaching, yeah, and they just dropped from teaching to Ukraine. And some people didn't even know that they're going to Ukraine. And some people, like some forces, some groups from their army, they just, put a white flag and they're totally okay now. They're safe. And after this ends, they will go to their homeland.
In the worst case scenario, for example, if Russian, sort of nationalizes Ukrainian or makes some kind of protectorate, and put some other president.
That's impossible. That's totally impossible.
There's no possibilities for that.
Because, like, okay, while their army is about 3 million people, yep, but that's wall army. Okay. They can't use wall army.
Okay. But if that's impossible, what does he want exactly? Why is he in Kyiv? Why? I mean, what does he want? Because the thing was in Donetsk and Lugansk.
He wants to take Kyiv. He wants to make his government here. He wants to make the same marionette.
I think it's not possible, but you think that that's what he wants, right? Right? Did I understand?
Yeah, he wants to make same from Ukraine, like as he made with Belarus.
Okay.
But in Belarus, that was much easier.
Okay. Okay. Max, by chance, are you close to any windows that you could show us a little bit of the outside to just have an idea of the city now for the public?
Yeah, sure. But that's okay now. Like there, like, can you see a school there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, some people, are standing there because that's a bunker.
There's not a lot of people on the streets right now. Basically, there is nobody.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's just, between houses. On the bigger streets, more people. But yeah, people are standing in their houses because, like, what can you do outside right now? Nothing. And like under this house, that's one more bunker. And when shooting starts, you can see people like going from house to this bunker, people going to this bunker under this school, because that's pretty big. That's big. But my plan is like, if something hard starts, my plan is to go for a forest.
Yeah, there is a forest very close to your house, like 1 kilometer maximum. Yeah, I know. And this is a beautiful forest, by the way, very, very big. But they can attack them. No, but they're not after civilians. They said no. Russians are not after. Although some civilians were attacked as well. There was a tank.
But anyways, like not in Kyiv, but in the other directions, they're using their missiles. Like they already bombed like put like used a missile to attack a children garden. Like, excuse me, children garden. They attacked a lot of hospitals. Sometimes they're attacking like emergency, like medical emergency, this stuff. And as you can see, like some buildings are attacked in Kyiv as well, like some high buildings with people living there.
Mhm. Are your family okay? I mean, psychologically, emotionally, you live with
Yep.
your parents, so how are they, how are they standing this situation? How
Sometimes that's
from
pretty,
your mind, your
sometimes
yeah.
like now my father feels not the best because like he can't sleep last night because that was pretty hot. A lot of explosions, like a lot of diversion groups was stopped here in my district. But yeah, we are okay, like morally and this stuff. We believe in our army, we're supporting our forces, we're donating. Yesterday we have bought a lot of provent and gave all of that to our terror defense. Like, we're donating, we're dusting Russian websites because Russian Ministry of Defense is already dust. Like, and a lot of their news sites, web pages, like a lot of banks' web pages are dust already. We're using this. We're taking our part in informational war. We're taking care of of our friends. We're speaking to them and providing like filtering and information.
Max, everything is closed now. Supermarkets, stores, magazines, gym, academy,
Yeah,
or
gyms, all of the stuff. Yeah, but supermarkets are open, like
okay,
few of them.
only supermarkets, yeah, but all the rest is closed, right?
Yep.
Okay, and everybody's supposed to be at home, I guess.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, Max. Thank you very much. If I invite you to say the final words, if you wish to say something or express something to the world,
Like,
because
believe in.
I know you're an activist and I know you defend your country, love your country. You told me a lot of things about Ukraine that I didn't know before we met each other. So tell to the public whatever you want to take your message.
Believe in Ukraine, support Ukraine if you can, because we have a wallet. Like, our national bank made a wallet to donate to Ukrainian forces if you can, because that's obviously that Russian forces budget is much bigger. But still, if they will came here, like on my district, like pretty hard, even if like something like every single scenario, like the land will fire under their legs, because every single person here is ready, and right now my computer standing there and doesn't their websites.
Show us a little bit more the view of the windows, please, before we close this interview. So we're here with some images of Kyiv at the moment.
And that's just that's outskirts, because that's no, that's a west, I guess. Yeah, that's like, yeah, north is there, like that, so Belarus is there. So yeah, the most high actions are there.
How far is your house from Belarus frontier border?
Frontier, like
Here,
I got like we had a frontier here like in about 10 kilometers from here, in just in a neighbor city.
Okay. Okay, Mark, so I see these streets and I feel very, very like shocked, thinking that I was just a few months ago walking in these streets with you, having good conversations. Well, I send my best wishes for you, for your family.
That was peaceful, that was beautiful. Now you can compare.
Yeah, I know.
Like, that's quiet now. Like, if you would like, I can record some, some
please let
noises
us some
for
images,
you.
some things I ask you to record, because I want to share with the public, okay? Because this is historical. We are testimony the history, and we have to show that to our children in the future.
Yeah, later, if I will have a chance later, maybe I will record you a video or just a voice message.
Okay, thank you very much, Max, my dear friend.
Yeah, but now that's like that's the best time when we can speak, because that's quiet now.
Yeah.
That's quiet.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for sharing this with me and the public, and well, I wish all the best. I'm missing you and hope to go back soon to Kyiv and have a walk with you together again. And well, take much care. Take much care of yourself.
Sure.
And everybody, okay?
You too. Support Ukraine.